Hello, Forester fans. My name is Lily Evans, and today I will be interviewing Coach Cat about the big win against the University of Chicago. So, how is the health of your team going into the postseason?
You know, as with any football team that's played 10 games, we've got a lot of banged up guys, some bruised up guys. We've had the flu bug, just like a lot of other schools. I was talking to a coach from the University of Chicago. They literally had the same thing go through their team. So we are probably down 4 starters or 5 starters for the rest of the season, but we are continuing to fight through that, and that was no different on Saturday versus Chicago, where we were able to pick up the win even with those guys missing.
The offense had a good rushing performance. What do you think specifically stood out?
I think we came into the game expecting to run the football. The first play of the game definitely set the tone for a 60-yard touchdown run on our first offensive play. We were able to get leverage. Damon hit the edge and just kind of kept going. So I think that our offensive line, despite all the moving parts that we've had to have due to injuries, is really starting to kind of to gel a little bit. Having 2 freshmen and a sophomore starting in that front 5 right now is very different than what we're anticipating coming into the season. But those guys have worked hard. They're fighting every play. They're embracing it. They're being, I guess, the fun term would be they're being gritty in the way that they're approaching things. And I thought that Zach Bauer and Vinny Calasaco, those 2 freshmen, really stepped up and provided us a spark, and we were able to get first downs when we needed to get them. And I think that was a difference from our game maybe at Ripon a couple of weeks ago, where we weren't able to get those second half first downs to keep drives going. So I thought that was really positive.
What have you worked on in practice that you really think stood out in this game?
Yeah, I think that last week one of the things we had a very conscientious effort towards was motioning and using some of our shifts and trades, and we were able to use that on Saturday to have some success, to create some numbers advantages. I thought the University of Chicago did a really nice job adjusting to one of our sets, but I think we maybe had another set that was advantageous for us, and we were able to get some yards when we needed it. And I think that is, as a coach, when your plays and your adjustments to the things you do that are normal don't impact your players' overall thinking and reactiveness, I think that's real positive. So I thought that was really good. And then defensively, I thought our guys had a great week of practice. They were really motivated, excited for the game, and they really showed up on Saturday.
How are your coaches preparing for the postseason games?
Our overall preparation is exactly the same. We have to get our situations right. We have to get our alignments and base game plan together. We're getting about a half day later start on it just because the seating's not announced until 5 o'clock on a Sunday. Usually by that point we are almost complete, to be honest with our breakdowns and things like that. And so had a little bit later night on Sunday, but we're back on Monday, this morning, really getting after it. And I think that, our coaches, the biggest thing I tell our guys, it's still a football game on Saturday. And it's no different than any other game. It's just a different opponent. And so if we take any more of an approach than that and try to do too much or too many crazy things, we're really turning our back on how we got here. And I don't want our guys to do that. I want to make sure that we're really focusing on us and the game that we have ahead. It's maybe a little bit coach cliche, but we've talked about being 1-0 for 14 years here, 15 years here, and I don't think we want to change that. It's about this week by itself, doing our normal prep, getting our guys comfortable in their routine, and then making sure that we're ready to play on Saturday.
All right, that's all I have for today. Thank you, Coach Cat.
Thank you.